Like, in all honesty, it's pretty much given me everything. I remember in the early days of training, speaking with my coach, just being 15, 16, like, as I said, the path I thought I was going to take wasn't necessarily one that I wanted to. It's just what people had said was good, you know, like, go finish your GCSEs, do your A-levels, go to university, get a job. And it just seemed so, like, just not what I wanted to do. I remember being in school and I just hated every second of it. I'd just be there. My school started early. We started at 8 AM and we finished at 5 PM. I remember just the whole day just sitting there in dread, like, is this really going to be the rest of my life? And then after that, I'd gone to another school for my sixth form and I knew no one there. And it was the same thing, just counting down the hours. I was like, this can't be the rest of my life, surely. Like, this isn't what I'm here to do. And Muay Thai gave me that way out. You know, it gave me something to strive for, a way to sort of express who I really am, to do something I enjoy. And it's been hard. Like, it's not a path that there's a clear route to follow. You know, Muay Thai is not like boxing. It's not the highest paying sport in the world. It's hard to make a living, and sometimes it's been like difficult to like stick it through. Like, you know, it's like bills got to be paid and I'm barely making it by sometimes. Now I'm in a much better spot and I'm just glad I stuck through with it. Yeah, I started when I was about 15. So I never had like any junior fights or junior experience. Like, I started training at 15, started fighting at 16. So I just jumped straight into the adult fights from day one pretty much. But yeah, like before that, it was a big part of growing up just watching combat sports, like on YouTube, watching fights. Or when my dad came to visit me when I lived abroad, like he would show me boxing matches and stuff. So growing up, it's always been like a big part of what I've enjoyed. And then finally, like, joining a gym gave me the confidence to express that as like part of who I am. You know, whereas before it was almost a secret I'd keep to myself about enjoying fighting. You know, growing up as like a smaller kid and whatnot, being like smaller than everyone, it's like, you know, I don't want to say like I like fighting and whatnot because these bigger kids gonna like whoop me. So, you know, finally training and getting the experience and allowing myself to express that, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's like we're one and the same, you know. It's just part of it. It's just, you know, it's what they've signed up for, it's what I've signed up for. They'll do the exact same thing to me if they could. So I got to make sure that doesn't happen. And yeah, there's no real switch in mindset. I don't think I'm the most competitive person in the world, but you know, everyone's a little competitive. So just trying to make sure I win, and I don't feel bad about hurting people that have signed up for it. Like, if they haven't signed up for it, obviously I wouldn't just attack someone on the street. I don't enjoy hurting people like that. But you know, if they want to fight, we're here to fight. So, you know, let's do it. Yeah, there's always a new gap that presents itself. Like after the Deary fight, I went on a streak of just being like, I just got to be more willing to do shit. You know, like I can't be as patient. I got to just go. I've won like 7 fights in a row, just like stopping everyone. And then I lost the fight because I was too stupid. I was coming forward and the guy moved really well and he was able to outscore me, and rather than thinking smart, I just thought like throw things harder, be more aggressive. So then I was like, all right, I gotta calm down a little bit. And then I won a couple fights like that, and then I lost because I was too patient. So it's just, for me, it's less about like the technical approach and finding the right mentality. And I think it's going to be different from opponent to opponent. So it's just building that ability to adapt the mindset. You know, for this fight, maybe I got to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe I got to stick it on this guy a little bit more. Or maybe against this guy, I got to be a little bit more laid back. You know, I feel like I have all the tools that I need. It's just about making the right decisions with them and building that decision-making ability. I think that's what makes a good fighter. Because everyone can have good technique, you know, but good technique doesn't make you a world champion in my mind. Yeah, it's great. Like, even if I'm not preparing for a fight, I'm still training. Like after my last fight, we made some changes to the gym timetable and everything. And you know, it's just a great time. We train like 10:30 every day. You know, come a little bit early, crack some jokes with the guys, get to training, put the work in. And my last fight, I just took on 3 days notice. I wasn't like doing too much training other than the 10:30 sessions where we do pretty much a bit of everything. And you know, it kept me fit, kept me sharp. I did the fight. I thought I did enough to win, but you know, hometown judges didn't give it to me. But yeah, it's great. So when I'm not fighting, I'm still having a good time training, yeah. You know, like, technical violence is always what I'm chasing. I don't want it to be like a boring, you know, kick and run kind of performance where I win. You know, I want to fight people to hurt them and show, like I said, if it was life or death, I would win every time. That's what I want to show. So I hope people are entertained, because that's what I do it. I don't do it to entertain people. I do it to fight how I think fighting should be done. And I think people view that as entertaining. Anyone that knows me knows I'm willing to put in the work to get to where I want to be. So that's cool. If they don't know me, then, you know, maybe they'll hear this and maybe they'll think I'm chatting a bunch of shit and not agree. Or maybe they'll think, you know, oh, maybe he does believe in what he's doing. And yeah, so that was one where a lot of the focus was on being calm and maintaining composure, because the fight before that I had actually just lost because I was fighting some guy I didn't know, and I remember he hit me and I'm like, I just gotta get this guy, and I started chasing after him and he would throw a couple shots and I'd grab him and try to throw knees, and I was like, oh, that's working, I'm just gonna do that the whole fight. And I didn't listen as well to my coaches as I should have, and that loss I take entirely like as my own fault, you know, like. So I made sure to listen in the training camp a lot, and the focus for the Liam fight was just stay composed, just hit him. And like, I do think that fighting at the end of the day, even though it's a sport, it's still a fight. And what I view as the most important thing is like who got fucked up the most. And I think that should usually be the winner. Like, I think you should look at a fight and it should be like, if this were a fight to the death, like who would have won? And I think like that's very important to me, at least, like, because it's a fight, it's not just a sport. I mean, some people, they view it more as a sport, but to me, fighting is fighting. And even if you are taking a calm approach, it still needs to be like, you still need to be ruthless with it, you still need to be cold with it. Like, you might be calm, but when you land your shot, there has to be with intent to like hurt them. You know, the long knees I was landing, I was trying to drive my knee through his liver into his spine, you know, like, it wasn't just like I'm gonna touch him and make him miss. Like, I was trying to take him out. Like, I was chopping his back leg. I was trying to hurt him. And even with a calm approach, you still need to have like the violent intent, I think. I haven't fought in London in a minute, so that would be cool. You know, I always enjoy fighting in London. It's nice to have everyone come down and support and see everyone afterwards. I don't know too much about the guy. I don't view it as a step up, whereas pretty much all of my recent fights have been a step up, step up, step up, step up, and now I've just lost my last two, so, you know, not necessarily taking another step up for this one. You know, I got to assess, see where I'm at, see what the next step up should be. You know, I got to figure out where I am so I know where I'm going, if that makes sense. I think this one will show me a little bit of where I am. I'll get to show some things I've needed to work on from the last two fights.